Do you ever wonder why true happiness feels out of reach? And also why so many people demonize happiness? All right, now this is how we're starting this video off. We're about to walk across this thing and do a podcast at the same time. Oh my God. All right, so here we are. I don't know if you can see, I'm literally walking across this thing. Hold on, let's see if you can see that. Holy cow. All right, we're walking across that in the middle of a river. Anyway, in this podcast, we're talking about, or episode, we're talking about keeping your life sexy, okay? Keeping your life sexy. And in order to keep your life sexy, you have to have a rich degree of self-love. And that was easier than I thought it was going to be. And in order to have a healthy degree of self-love, you have to practice that thing every single day. Because I'm going to share my tips on not only how to discover happiness for a fulfilling life, but how to maintain it. Now, my first tip is to start with a clean slate. And what I mean by start with a clean slate, throughout life and throughout our life experience, we all gather gunk, emotional gunk, based off of past experiences, people, places, and things that have done us wrong in some kind of way. And what I've discovered is that you have to wipe that emotional slate clean. And you do this by forgiving. And I know the last thing you want to hear is somebody telling you you need to forgive someone that did you wrong at some point in life. But I'm here to tell you from my experience, you won't have sustaining happiness if you can't forgive. And no wonder why so many of these entrepreneurs and so many of these influencers demonize happiness, because these are people that are angry. These are angry people. And they're angry because they have things inside of themselves that they haven't forgave, people that they haven't forgiven, places, things that they are still holding on to from the past. And from my experience, if you want to live a life filled with happiness, man, you got to let that stuff go. You got to wipe the slate clean. And you do this every single day through forgiving. And you do forgiving meditations. You can do different types of emotional clearing techniques, but the premise is to offload the heaviness that is weighing you down. If it's weighing you down, you can't be free. And if you can't be free, man, you just can't be happy. And one thing you can do is learn to set healthy boundaries, man. I used to be the person that just let people walk all over me, especially when I got on my spiritual journey, because I was a nice guy, you know? And as a nice guy, you know, I just wanted to make people happy. And as a result of that, I ended up allowing people to just take advantage of me. So then I got to the place where I started setting these healthy boundaries. And it all started with being honest with myself and admitting that I didn't want anybody else controlling my life. And I didn't want to do anything out of obligation. I only wanted to do things that I wanted to do. And I know people criticized me for it. They called me selfish. And you know what? I was okay with that. And I'm still okay with that. Now, this is a very important one. Hey, how y'all doing? What's happening? Good, good. So learning to celebrate your achievements along the way, that's very, very important. How you doing?
Morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Does this
Hey.
trail go across water?
Well, yeah, but you gotta walk one of those little pipes to do that. So the best way to do,
Say no.
yeah, and that's way down there. I just literally did that.
Yeah.
And I would say go to the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, no problem. You too. Yeah, learn to celebrate your achievements along the way, because if you don't, you can get stuck in accomplishing things but never taking out the time to acknowledge what you've accomplished. And I know, especially for entrepreneurs, it's hard for us to point out, to pat ourselves on the back, but you got to make a habit of doing that, because if you don't, very few people will. And if you don't take out time to acknowledge your accomplishments, you'll just live life feeling like you haven't accomplished anything. And I'm all for delayed gratification, but I'm also for celebration. This next tip should be self-explanatory, but it's not for a lot of people. This next one is to engage in self-care. Self-care. And you define what self-care means for you. I know for me, it's all about being out in nature. It's all about meditating, taking time out for myself, eating delicious foods and healthy foods, reading, quiet time, having my phone on Do Not Disturb. All of those things represent self-care for me. And every now and then it means taking myself to a spa and doing some form of, maybe I'll get a facial, maybe I'll do a massage, taking trips, shopping, spending time with my family. All of those things are self-care for me. So you decide what is self-care for you, but it's basically being selfish. This is your opportunity to be selfish and do things that make you feel good, because a lot of us are so busy trying to serve other people that we never take out time to serve ourselves. And that's what leads to burnout. See, I'm never burnt out because I'm always serving myself, and I don't wait to do it every other month or every month. I do it every day. My next tip is piggybacking off of the one that I just said, which is, spend more time doing things that you love. Like, I genuinely love creating content, so I spend my time doing it. Even when just one person was watching my video, I still did it because I enjoyed doing it. I'm only doing things that I love doing. Even in business, like, I'm only taking meetings that I really want to take. I want to spend my life doing things that I love. And a lot of people think there's something wrong with that, but for me, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that I can do what I love doing and still be of service to other people. Like this video, you're watching this video, and if you've made it this far in the video, you're only watching because you find it valuable. So everybody wins. I'm winning because I'm spending time creating content, which is what I love doing. You're winning because you find the content valuable. And we can win that way. I think these old school face farts who get online and tell everybody that they gotta do things they hate in order to get ahead in life are just out of touch with the fact that there's technology that can literally simplify everything for you. I use AI all the time. AI technology helps me have the power of 100 people in the palm of my hands, okay? And it gives me more freedom to do what I love doing. That's how I set my life up. And everybody's different. For me, this is how I choose to live my life. Another thing that can help you out is having a sense of gratitude. And when I say have a sense of gratitude, I'm not just talking about the things that you perceive to be big things. I'm also talking about the things that you perceive to be little things, insignificant things. For instance, I'm grateful for the fact that the weather is beautiful today. I'm even grateful when the weather isn't beautiful. I'm grateful to be breathing right now. Those are really the big things when you really think about it. These are the things that we were just born with. And so a lot of times we don't see how significant they are until they're taken away from us. But I'm thankful for the fact that I'm healthy. I'm thankful for the internet. I'm thankful for YouTube. I'm thankful for you being here watching this with me. And if you're still watching this with me, let me know in the comment section that you're watching and what keeps you watching, okay? But I'm thankful for everything, and I don't necessarily keep a gratitude journal, but I keep a gratitude mentality. Every day, all day, I'm walking around and I'm saying thank you. And 9 times out of 10, you got to realize that you are either coming from a place of love or a place of fear. And myself included, you got to watch it, because I don't want to say it's easy for you to come from a place of fear. But if you are not paying attention to your internal dialogue, and if you're not consciously aware of your emotions, you could be coming from a place of fear and don't even know it. A lot of times, fear is disguised as logic, or a lot of times fear is disguised as being a cynic. Okay, some people say they're cynical. Okay, that's just fearful. And so keeping an attitude of gratitude is something that helps me see the good in almost everything. Even when it doesn't look like it's good, I see the good in it, and it usually ends up going in my favor anyway, because I have that attitude of gratitude. And for me, just being grateful to be alive, just being grateful for just making your mind become addicted to the emotion that you feel when you're grateful is going to change everything for you. So just having that attitude of gratitude when you wake up in the morning, say thank you. And just get in the habit of saying thank you over and over again, regardless of what's taking place in your life. And I guarantee you things will start to change, and they happen overnight. The change will literally happen overnight. The manifestation of the thing you want or something better will happen overnight if you are genuinely grateful for who you are, where you are, and where you're going. And another thing that's going to help you out drastically is being aware of your self-talk. Just paying attention to the internal dialogue that you're having inside of your mind all of the time. That's going to help you out tremendously, because so many times we have negative self-talk and we think that it's normal. We think that it's just the way it is. We're on autopilot. We're not really aware of the fact that we can change the conversation that's taking place inside of us. And when you become keenly aware of the fact that you can change the conversation that's taking place inside of you, you start consciously orchestrating those conversations. You really want to make sure that you're managing your self-talk, and not just managing it. You want to make sure that you're consciously implanting a new storyline into your mind all the time. If you want to manifest, if you want to use the law of attraction to your benefit, if you want to go from where you are to really where you want to be, then you want to get in the habit of mining your self-talk. I'm telling you, man, it is very, very important for you to mine that self-talk. And once you start mining that self-talk, things are just going to start getting brighter for you. The reason why you're not happy is because your self-talk is negative. All right, this video is sponsored by Southern Web Service. Southern Web Service is helping companies thrive on the internet. If you're looking for a website, a CRM, lead generation, social media management, and a way to stay in contact with all of your customers and your potential prospects, then Southern Web Service is definitely the plan for you. Go to southernwebservice.com. And that's really all I got for you. And if you want more, come to the mindmastersociety.com.